Good morning. I'm on the back of at the back of the City Hall in Belfast. I've just cut up one of the side streets. I'm on Adelaide Street. I'm outside Bangkok, a Thai restaurant by the looks of it. And what have we got here? I'm just mystified. What the dickens is this? Is this some form of street art? I don't know. Or is this a prelude to Adelaide Street being pedestrianised? I don't know. Is this some sort of play area? Outdoor play area for kids to kill themselves on? What in the name of goodness is this? My goodness. Did somebody spend money putting this up? Have Belfast City Council got money to burn? I don't know. And I'm just after talking to one of the guys whose job it is to right, who moves office stuff, and he can't get parked because this thing's here. You know, this is crazy nuts. What purpose does this serve? Who knows? And apparently there's another piece at the other side of this valley. In fact, there's another two pieces. What in the name of goodness is this? Whose idea was it to put this up? This is nuts. This is mental. What is this all about? Did Belfast City Council really spend money putting this up? Who twisted their arm up their back? We've little enough space in the town to find free parking, and this is going up. This is nuts. This is sheer lunacy. We've got three of these big things. Oh, taking up this side of the street. Oh dear, oh dear. Better shift my bike here before I get towed off. Or get a parking ticket. And I was so intrigued and mystified and flabbergasted by these eyesores on Adelaide Street, Belfast, that I punched in Adelaide Street and I found this article in the Belfast Live online news. Adelaide Street revitalisation scheme unveiled to promote greener, more accessible space in city centre. It includes solar lighting, shelter, bike parking and significant greening. And here we have the two ladies mostly responsible for this. Do these ladies have money to burn? Yeah. And it's Minister Nicola Mallon with Belfast Lord Mayor Councillor Kate Nicholl, and I believe they're both high up in the SDLP. A scheme to revitalise Adelaide Street to make Belfast a more accessible and livable city has now been substantially completed. The pilot programme or project was funded by Infrastructure Minister Nicola Mallon Blue-Green Infrastructure Fund, which was delivered in partnership with Belfast City Council. This is the same minister who give the go-ahead for dozens of trees along Stranmillis embankment to be chopped down. Yeah, this is not very green. Anyway, it forms part of the wider plans to enhance city centre infrastructure post-COVID-19 and will contribute to the city's shared agenda of placemaking. What? Through the development of a greener, more accessible, livable and age-friendly city. Wilt? I don't know. This is gobbledygook. The scheme creates an improved pedestrian and active travel experience. A travel experience? An active travel experience? Get away. Along Adelaide Street through provision of additional space for walking, resting. Not too many places to rest if there was a downpour. And outdoor dining. Outdoor dining, come on. When are you going to sit out in Belfast? And there's very, very few restaurants in Adelaide Street that you could do that. None of them have that kind of provision as far as I know. At least I didn't see any. And includes solar lighting, shelter, bike parking and significant greening. Yeah, there are a few potted plants in the raised beds and stuff. Solar lighting. Adelaide Street doesn't get an awful lot of light because it's high buildings on each side, so I wonder how that will work. Unveiling the scheme, Minister Mallon said the scheme reflects a new way of living as we recover from the pandemic and importantly takes steps to address climate energy. Now, how's this a step to address climate energy? Outdoor public spaces make our city centre more attractive, transforming them into areas where we can take time to rest, eat and socialise with friends. It can also help boost local business and tourism. Now, I can't see tourists flocking to Adelaide Street unless they're flocking to see these follies that have been placed to stop people parking. We must also address our reliance on motor vehicles. I'd like to see her doing that. I'd like to see her bicycling round the place all the time. I don't think so. With addition of bike parking, I hope more people will consider more active and sustainable methods of travel into the city centre. I biked into Belfast for 5 years and I can tell you, It's scary. And it's not an alternative in the rain, dear. It's not an alternative in the rain. As we move into spring and summer months, I look forward to seeing this urban space put to good use by shoppers, workers, tourists and families. She's being very optimistic there. Belfast Lord Mayor Councillor Kate Nicholl added, "We are delighted to have received funding," I'm sure you are, public taxpayers' money, and support from our partners, the Department of Infrastructure, to deliver this scheme. We've had input from people of all ages. Who? What input have you had? Who live and work on this street, have a business here, or, well, you didn't talk to some of the business people I talked to, or simply use it on their day-to-day journey through the city. The design references the rich heritage, oh, what do you hear this for gobbledygook? Oh dear. Of the area through its materials. How many trees did you cut down for this? Its materials, shapes and colours. For example, the lit lantern structures. Is that what they are? Take their shape from machinery, looms and cutting patterns that would have been found in the linen warehouses. They're all gone to the Far East. And if you look up underneath them, you'll see architectural details from surrounding buildings reflected in their mirrors. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh dear. Our bolder vision for Belfast is all about creating a greener, more accessible, livable and age-friendly city. Well, you said that before. And it's our aim that this scheme on Adelaide Street will help to reduce car dominance, making the space more inviting and improve people's experience when they're walking and wheeling through the city, while retaining access for public transport. And here's what some people have said about this. The first guy says, "They are an eyesore, can't even work. What are they? Why in that street? There's no sun in that street. Complete waste of money." Black Dog, "Must pay a visit and have a meal outdoors in the rain with no lights as they didn't get enough power, solar power. Just what everyone needs to attract them to Belfast." Fit Malin better if she started spending some money on tarmac and white paint for our roads. In truth, the whole thing, here's what Lyndhurst Bob says. "In truth, the whole thing is an eyesore. This is not a vision or representative of the people of Belfast. This is the vision of Nicola Malin, and obviously she didn't get out much. She constantly talks about going green and climate change as her excuse to put unused cycle lanes everywhere with little or no consultation. The reality is, if every household in Belfast or in Northern Ireland got a coal fire in and burnt coal for the next 100 years, we wouldn't even put a hole the size of a 5p piece in the ozone layer. There are people at home freezing and going without food, and these trumped-up fools are wasting thousands of pounds on monstrosities that no one wants. Get a grip, Minister Malin." I'm wondering how much each of these structures, and in total, what each of the, it amounts to. How much was spent on this? And PK says, "Must admit, what are those stupid-looking things initially thought? What are those stupid-looking things? Initially thought they were something for kids to play on. LOL." And what's next, please, says, "Good point, but I see that as let's waste money, mark the areas we want to change to something else after this all fails. Keep friends and family employed, shaft the driver once again, even the electric ones. Oh, and make it look nice on the inside and cut down more trees and green areas on the outer ring roads to make it look balanced. Personally, I'd not use that much wood on whatever those things along the road are meant to be. Ha ha. And he just goes on. Yeah. How much did each of these massive big structures cost? And there's concrete, and there's big concrete blocks and all the rest of it, and there's at least 3 of these things. You know, what? I would reckon that's maybe £200,000 or £300,000 worth at least. I can think of a lot of better ways to use the money. Okay, folks, your turn. Get back to me on this. If you agree with what I'm saying, or if you disagree, you know. Everybody has a right to their opinion. So, I don't know. This flummoxed me.